Welcome to the Sage Stage.
I'm Chandra.
I'm Jay.
And in this episode, we talk about
Self-love
and
relationship communication.
and instead of bringing in information from others, you need to push it forward.
Yeah, love yourself first.
And we talk about boobs.
I
Love boobs? I love boobs too. Welcome to the Sage Stage. Yay! Look at us, fancy microphones.
I know it. I'm like, ooh, I don't want to hurt it.
We don't know. So this is our first day with fancy microphones. It took us a while to hook it up.
It took Chandra a while, let's be honest. Chandra did all the work. I just went, here you go. Have a
Girl,
space.
she made me coffee.
I made you coffee.
Girl power to us.
Yeah.
You didn't have to call anyone. Woman, hear me roar.
Yeah.
And
I'm hoping that maybe this will prevent me from forgetting to turn on my mic.
having a big ass microphone in our face like a dick is going to make Jane remember to keep it on. And do you know, because it's nice and big and very phallic. These are very phallic.
They are.
Like you could easily eat the mic.
That's all I'm going to think about now.
It might make this record really interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I don't think I can look at it. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to mature up in a second here.
Like we said, we don't know if it's recording, how the volumes are. So, you know, this is our first one. We'll find out afterwards. And if we have to turn it up, we turn it
We
up.
probably should have done a test.
We did do a test.
Oh, you did a test.
We did a test.
You did a test. Oh, I've stuff in my teeth.
I'm
Awesome.
trying to do really. You probably wouldn't see it in the camera, but that's what girlfriends are for.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just going to gargle now.
Go ahead, gargle with in front of your phallic dick mic. You're gonna spit it out. Swallow, Jake. Swallow.
You bitch!
I'm so bad. Oh, that's so bad.
Is it still bad? Is it still there? And
No, it's gone. It's a little bit, but not lots. It's not lots. You really just have to talk right into these things. Okay, I'm just playing with some stuff. See, I'm fine.
we're fine. We're fine.
Go try. You have to talk right into it.
Do I need to
I
talk
think.
right into it?
I don't know. We'll find out when we do a record. Okay, anyways.
Are we not recording? I thought we were
Yeah, we are
recording.
recording.
Okay. Hi.
Yeah, hi. Hello, welcome. So, we got to get this out because we're going to talk about something serious.
Yeah, actually, well, as serious as things get first.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we're both, as we've talked about, doing microphone, the pivot year.
The pivot year.
And the last couple, we were like, and I'm going to try and reread it parts without my glasses. Yeah, this was basically about how you can't live in other people's heads and worrying about the perception of you.
Yes, and we had a big conversation on that. On how we
By trying to, like, when other people tell you how you should be, you start adopting that as who you are, as opposed to being who you actually are.
or we've spent a lifetime thinking we have to, in the same vein, but like people will like me better if I'm happy or if I'm this.
If I have a smile on my face.
But instead of just being happier and just
Putting all the energy on that.
I put the emphasis on, I let other people say to me, oh, you're so happy, or you're so joyful, or you're just full of love, instead of actually
generating
being that. And that's what it is. It's generating that feeling instead of
yourself.
waiting for the validation from outside.
Yeah, it's
And
got
I
to be
think-
inside out. Inside out.
Inside
It's kind of
out.
like I talk about when I teach acting now. So it's like there's two ways. There's inside out, which is you generate the emotion, which is always really powerful.
Yeah.
And then if you really can't generate it as a performer, you look for ways to get it from the outside so that you can feel it on the inside. The goal in both cases is to feel it internally, because if you feel it, it shows.
I know.
And
And when
if
I
you don't feel it and you fake
yeah,
it also shows.
that's when I tell actors in my classes, young and look at you.
I think
that doesn't bug me. Maybe because I'm a witch and I like to put my.
Oh, you told me.
Sorry. Wait. So when I teach theater, in the same vein of when any age, they lose their lines after I know they have them. I know they have their lines, and when they start losing them, I said, yeah, because now you're actually feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens for me. It happens for me. Even last night on the stage when we were rehearsing, there were set pieces, and I just walked in. I'm like, oh, there's an apartment now, or I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm supposed to say.
Yeah.
And Scott had this moment we just locked eyes, and we're like,
what? Where are we?
Blink, blink. Let's just keep rolling with it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we did.
yeah.
We did.
And that's what we're trying to throw at you early because there's so much,
So much, yeah.
so much stuff
Yeah.
that's getting thrown.
But
at you.
that's what I'm saying. Once you start to feel it, and I tell, especially new
Yeah.
actors, I'm like, don't be upset. That's because
That's
I
part of the
remember that feeling.
process.
When you let that energy flow in you in theater on
Yeah.
stage, that means you're in the moment. You're inhabiting. It's coming from within.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the same way in life.
Yeah.
Once you say, like, we all get scared of when I know I do. I'm going to just speak for myself, but because I can't speak for everyone. Or I shouldn't speak for everyone. I know I try to speak for everyone. But
no, you don't. This is just us being
I do believe that
anyone else's life.
we like when you start to really feel it, it scares you because you're like, it could be overwhelming. It could be just totally new, frightening. But instead of thinking it as fear, and I'm trying to remember who, I might have even said this on the podcast. I think it was Chris Helmsworth, who I was like, what? I was watching a reel one day and how he has insane, terrible stage fright. Insane. You wouldn't think it because fuck, he's hot and very talented.
And looks confident.
Yeah, and looks confident. And, I mean, he's so super talented. But he was told by somebody, I don't remember who, that the feeling of fear, nervousness, and panic is physiologically the same as excitement and new adventure. And you have to train your brain to go reframe. And that's when you start to feel the energy because it's new. Don't panic. And I'm not saying I'm perfect at it.
No.
But now I'm very aware of it. And I can go, if I'm in a good space, I'm like, wait. This is not necessarily terrible.
No. And that's why I say, like, people, when they get stage fright or nerves before they go on stage, I'm like, welcome it. You're excited. It's not, it's like, I'd almost be worried if you didn't have that.
And that's what I've always said to myself. If I walk on that stage and I'm not nervous at all, I'm done.
Yeah. And it just
not
means
for me
that
anymore.
you're not connected. You know?
Yeah. And you don't, you don't care about it.
Right.
I don't care about it anymore. I'm not nervous. Yeah.
But here's the thing. When you're doing 300 shows a year,
I think I'd still be nervous.
I think
but not
excitement.
So, yeah. But there's still feelings happening. Maybe not the same as the first month.
But there's days. Like I remember talking to John about this when he was doing long run shows. And the thing that gets, and I can't speak for all actors, but some actors, what they end up doing is going, okay, I know when I'm in it, this is what my audience feels. And and frankly, here's the thing too, is that I don't know if you've had this experience, but I've been at lots of shows where clearly the actors are in it and they're feeling it and they're crying and they're like, and I'm like, I feel nothing.
Yeah.
I'm watching you have feelings and why do I feel nothing? And
I
like
pushing it.
I feel like, am I broken? Like, is everyone like, is it just me? And then I realize it's because it's for them. And it's not crossing the footlights. It's basically in this little wall.
They're doing their own, like I was told, like actor masturbation. It just feels good for them and they're not.
I know. And I'm like, and that's actually like, honestly, and I've also like, this is what I've also, when I keep thinking again too, I'm like, it's the moment before someone cries, the moment before someone is angry, the moment before where the tension is, that's what draws us in.
And you have to hold it longer.
And we don't in life, of course, because we just ran through it. But in theater and acting, you'll see that moment before they cry
it's
is
very
like
hard to do.
That makes people lean in, right?
It's the trying not to.
Yes. It's
when I did Rabbit Hole, like my character was not allowed to cry. It's specifically said she is not allowed to cry until this one moment that because you did it.
Yeah, it's funny. We did the opposite parts.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
I know, and it's so funny because the part Chandra did, you would normally get stereotypically cast at, and the part I did was the one you would normally get cast at.
100%.
I was like,
and I love that. What a challenge, right?
It was a great challenge.
I wanted to prove that, no, I'm not always the flighty. I'm not the ditz all the time.
I loved playing it like Barb rolling ditz.
Yeah, Barbara, she was so great. But there was that one moment, and I remember reading the script going, shit, that'll be hard. And in rehearsals, like the director let us cry. Like, you got to get it out, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then we had you had it out when the emotions start going, and then you practice with it. And I tell you, every night that moment came, and I think there was one night when I went, the actor, like Chandra popped in and went, oh my God, what's going on tonight? Do you know what I mean? Like you always have those you always have those nights
Mhm.
where something just, you pop into your head too much or whatever. But I got there. I mean, I did it,
Mhm.
but more often than not.
Yeah, but it's interesting how, real life, we're we're holding it back most of the
Mm-hmm.
time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And now we're saying, "Okay, not." So, yeah, there's this really interesting liminal space between, in real life where we're, like, always holding back because we don't wanna be seen to be too big or too
Too
emotional,
small.
or
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna embarrass people, so we rein it in. And then, in the theater, it's like, yeah, actually, that's the more interesting, more electric time and moment. It's when someone actually starts to cry. Actually, I find that too, like, if someone's crying in front of me, I can comfort so easily. If they're, like, holding tight, I
Yeah.
have a much harder time, like,
Because you don't feel like it's going to be welcomed.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I want
They're
to, I mean,
actually
they
kind of like,
probably,
"I'm trying to put a lid on this.
and you
Don't
know
let
what?
me. I don't wanna feel it."
But sometimes, and I know for me, and I've said this to Rich and other partners, and then no one gets it because they're terrified. I get it. I'm scary when I'm mad or angry or
Yeah,
pissy,
I'm
but
loud.
sometimes I just need a fucking hug, but I don't know how to say it.
And you
And
need a
if you,
what?
a hug.
Oh, yeah.
So if someone came and if he hugged me,
Yeah, and it
I
would
probably would just calm down and go, you know, you're right, or this is, I'm getting too much, but no one does it. And is it fair of me to put that on my partner? But I don't know how to,
think so.
I mean, I've said it,
And I think you know what,
but it's a hard thing because if you're being a pissy bitch, do
yeah,
I want to hug you?
but that's when you need it the most, right? Like, this is the
Yes.
thing, when you're the most difficult to love, guys, this is where her now.
If any
If
man
you're
is
the most
listening right
difficult to
now.
love is when you need it the most, right?
Yeah.
And that's I know this because, I have a real phobia about getting lost. I think I've told you this story. I have for some
Lost in,
like,
losing yourself in a
lost
relationship.
no,
Oh, just
like,
getting lost in,
space, like,
oh,
in the city, in the country.
yeah.
I have nightmares of, like, driving and not knowing where I'm going
Yeah.
and taking an off ramp and then being somewhere and I can't find, and so, yeah, it's a phobia of mine. And I had this, so when I do actually get lost, like, and John's really good at this. Like, he's really good at going, solving that problem.
Yeah.
But I hate asking for help. Like, I
Oh, me too.
hate it. So by the time I called him, so the last time I was, like, literally, like, it was so stunned. I was in Kitchener. I was trying to catch the Ion. I took the GO to to where they were supposed to connect, but the station to connect wasn't where I thought it was. I'm walking in the complete wrong direction. I'm trying to get somewhere on time, and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm so angry because I'm so scared.
Yes.
I'm so angry. And by the time I call him, I'm like, oh my God, the station isn't where it's supposed to be. Fuck. Like, what's wrong with the fucking world that I can't find the fuck? And I'm just like, and he's just like, would you like some help?
See, and that I commend John because I know if I
if I so
if I
bad in that
called
moment,
yelling at Rich, and he usually
and I'm
can
not
stay
yelling at
calm.
him.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no, no, no. But
upset.
he would. I don't know if he could stay. He would start calm, but if I'm full rant, I don't know if he could stay calm.
Well, John
And
doesn't
do
like
I
it.
blame
Let
him?
me
And
honest.
do I
He
blame
doesn't,
him?
but that's in those crisis moments, that's when I know that, like, he's really there for me because it's really hard for me to, because, and so he helped me figure out where I was going and walk in the right direction. And then, because we've done this a number of times, I've been like, I am so sorry. I just got so
Yeah.
upset. And he goes, I know this is a thing for you. And I'm like, I'm never angry at you. You know that. And he's like, yeah, I know that. And I'm like, he said, it would be great if, you weren't yelling at me when you were asking for help.
See, but that comes from, and that comes from years of being together, and that comes from knowing what each other's um, triggers are, and so, and then, and not what's the word, not blaming, but not going, how dare you yell at me, like, go, okay, you know what, she's not treating me very well right now, I understand what's going on, I'm gonna have to swallow this for the moment, and then we'll discuss it later.
And
that takes time and a lot of, and that doesn't happen immediately in a relationship.
No. And like that's kind of like the last messages. There was definitely other parts of a relationship where I was like, okay, now I have a much better time now going, okay, I've just gotten grabbed by something and going, that getting lost is the one thing I still can't see, because by the time I, like I said, need to ask for help, I feel like such a fucking child. and so
And I think
worthless and
that's it.
stupid that I'm just like,
Is that a woman thing? Because I have that too. But I mean, mine comes from, like, I can see where my fear of looking inadequate or helpless comes from. I see it.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if I'm sure,
Oh, it's that for sure.
but a lot of women, I mean, some men have that too. I'm not going to say it's just women, but a lot of women have that. And is it because we're women and then add on whatever shit we've gone through in our life? Because I know it's changing now. I know it is. I see it in my kids' generation. There isn't
Yeah.
that thing. But for our generation, women were still women. Oh, you little girl, you. I still dealt with that in my 20s.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah.
but things that my daughters don't deal with now.
Interesting.
At least they don't hear it. It may still be here in some of the older men, like but they get it in the old, like our generation men and older,
Yeah.
if in the workplace. But the younger generation, there's not. I wouldn't say there's so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. I think you're right. I think
There is a shift happening, but and I'm going to say maybe more men at their age are feeling they have to prove that they are strong, because we have that conversation about men being lost in this generation.
Yeah.
How do they feel like a man without looking like
they're helping you.
bullies, mansplaining, harassing?
Yeah.
It's hard for them.
Yeah. And there's a lot of the traditional roles are
Are
gone.
going back and forth. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm still learning that one. Yeah. I hope. Yeah. For me, it was just the fear of being. I'm just trying to parse through that. You're right. I don't see it as much. I think there's not as much. You know what it is? It's partially we're okay with vulnerability is kind of, thanks, Brené Brown, is embraced as something that's part of your strength, as opposed to like exposing that
Yeah.
makes you a complete failure.
It's now become something that not everyone, but like the majority of the world is now realizing.
As opposed to if I'd been a younger woman and I'd been able to say, I'm feeling really vulnerable right now and I need some help. And vulnerable wasn't associated with weak and stupid and incapable.
Yeah.
As it felt like it was back then. But now I'm exposing to you my underbelly a bit. And this is taking a lot of courage for me to do that.
Yeah.
Right. That was the case. Like, it was just like, you just do
And
this.
I think that you saying you exposing your underbelly touches on something else we were talking about as we were trying to set everything up, and saying we should really have this conversation in front of the camera.
I know, we have like 2-hour long conversations.
Amazing conversations. But we were talking about how, and it goes along with what we were reading in the Pivot Year yesterday and today, is how we, like you and I mean, people perceive us as maybe, oh, look at those two being so brave and
so much brave, and we both
putting ourselves out there. And sure, we are. I guess we don't feel brave because at the moment we aren't getting no one's trolling us. We have no negative comments. That doesn't mean we're amazing. We just haven't really.
I mean, there's some people I'm sure that just went, not for me.
Someone's going to find it and they're going to be all pissy about whatever, and they're going to say, you two are bitches.
Yeah.
And that's when we have to be brave.
I aspire to that. I aspire to have enough people that want to. No, I shouldn't fucking say that.
No,
Don't
want
that.
No. But what we want to aspire to, and I think what we were talking about, is getting to the point that when that happens, knowing who we are inside. I don't need
I'm not looking
the validation. Was it validation? There was affirmation, validation, affirmation, acknowledgement, praise, whatever it is from someone else to prove to us, oh yeah, we're okay.
Yeah.
And
I think this is.
I'm not there yet, 100%.
But I'm closer than I've ever been.
Me too.
And I think there's something about being in your 50s where you just really run out of fucks, and you just like, I don't actually fucking care what you guys think anymore.
I want women. I want people.
Younger.
I want people in their 20s, 30s to go.
That's what I was thinking about today for you.
Well, that's what I've been saying for years, and that's what I do in my theater. I do a little of. I'm like, I'll always joke, here's your life lesson. Don't be like me. Learn this out in your 20s. And they laugh. And when I do energy work and stuff with younger women, I want them to kind of, they may not be able to accept it because of lack of life experience, but if they hear it and that's always in their head.
And if they hear it enough time.
And if it comes, it might come sooner than later.
Yeah.
And that's what
honestly, if there's just even one younger woman than us that gets that out of this podcast, who has that, realizing that the best, and the other thing that the best, let me finish that fucking sentence. The best thing you can do.
We're so good at not finishing
my God.
sentences.
Okay, I'm really going to try and finish
Okay,
the sentence.
go.
That if there's one younger woman out there who can end up with more self-love, more confidence as a result of not requiring outside affirmation. If you can get there earlier than we did a good thing.
Yeah.
That's honestly, it just won you because
Yeah.
I would have, there were so many things that I think I could have done. Right. And I started, and we talked about that too, self-sabotage.
Well, that was a real, I've got to find,
Yeah,
I
there was a
follow
reel
this
you showed
guy.
me, yeah.
Oh my God. He gives me such you should follow because the stuff that pops up, I'm like, wow, that's so interesting. What a great fact. And he backs it with science and reason, like he
But
said.
it was upper limiting.
But this was talking about upper limiting,
Yeah,
about how when life is going great, how your body, or you'll get sick, or your body starts to break down, or
you'll find a way to detour.
Because we have from childhood trauma, he said, or whatever, we
Just
have a
family
limit.
origin.
Or family origin, the way that's the way you're brought up, is just this is how much
how
you're
happy you're allowed to
succeed.
be.
And then anything above it,
You're uncomfortable.
you're uncomfortable. So he suggested doing one uncomfortable thing a day to kind of feed that energy of you need to feel uncomfortable. And
over there.
Cold showers. So today I'd watched it before I had a shower. So after I showered, I turned it on freezing cold, and I was like, holy fuck, is it cold? And I should have maybe stayed longer in there, but I didn't. I just did it. But I
should have stayed longer. My God.
Well, I've always wanted to do a cold plunge pool because it's so good for
if I
your
ever get my
body.
dream place, I'd have a hot tub and a cold plunge.
and a swimming pool.
Oh, wow.
That's not.
I'd have
if
to
I'm
have.
gonna dream, I'm good.
I'd have to have a pool person then, because I'm not taking care of all that shit.
I've been taking care of like a massive pool for 5 years.
I know, but you don't want to do it. My point is
no,
that
but
I don't want to take care.
I mean, my dream is to have it, and then and then once those dreams are filled, then I have the dream of I have people to take care of it.
I see that they're all the same for me.
I would take a housekeeper over a pool person.
Oh yeah,
that's my.
Oh yeah, no, that all has to happen at the same time. But I also
get there.
But that's the thing, like I was telling a story about how I won money at a 50-50 once,
right?
And I immediately felt, and it was a legit win, but I immediately felt guilty and a little shameful. And so the very first thing I did is I came back to the table where the rest of my family was, and I just started handing all the money out. And because I was like, it was almost like I need to get rid of this as fast as possible, because having won this felt, and that's why they say people who win lotteries end up at the same level of wealth generally 2 years later,
because they've hit their upper limit,
and
they're not doing it on purpose.
No, but
just
it's sabotage. Yeah, they either and I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing that. Like and because we're going to be wildly successful this year. We have to really watch that, because we both have a habit of upper limiting in a big ass way.
But I'm going to say your upper limit is a bit higher than my upper limit. So I think you're going to get me through mine. And then once I'm past mine, when we hit yours, I'll be so much better. And go, oh, Jane, don't be silly. Look how far you've come. My upper limit is pretty much now.
Shonda's like, look, 8 people watched. And I'm like, yeah,
we almost
our goal's a little higher.
One of ours almost has hit 100. And I think that's for 3 months or 2 months.
I'm aiming for 10,000. So,
fuck yeah. I mean, sorry, I swear, but
I swear every fucking third word. What's wrong with you?
New Year, new me. I don't know.
I'm sorry, wasn't our byline we say fuck a lot? So I don't know, man.
We do too.
We do. It feels good.
It fucking does. So
you know you're in the right place if that's okay with you. If that is not okay with you,
might. I wish.
We're not saying you should swear all that much. We're just saying it feels good. So
it is.
I'm not gonna. But again, it goes to that thing. Like I didn't for like, because or at least around
where
I was always trying to worry about what other people thought, and I was like, I'm sure I sound a little cross, and that's okay.
Yeah, I'm past that part. Now I just want to be, I guess it's more of what I am trying to push out. I'm trying to think about what am I trying to push out now? at this stage. Do you know what I mean? Like, what am I looking for validation from? Because
Oh,
there's some things that I'm like, yeah, I can swear I don't really care. I can wear whatever I want. I don't.
I see. The question you're asking right now is like, what am I projecting and still looking for affirmation for that I'd
Instead
like
of
to stop
to stop.
instead of just being
Yeah,
comfortable with that? What is that, you think?
that's a great question because if I think about it, I really don't care. I have still some issues in my romantic relationships. That's
Sure.
where my big insecurities are.
Sure.
Like, would yours be more professional?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mine are my romantic relationships, and that's um something that I'm trying to work through, and lots of triggers. You know, there's just
Mhm.
and it can, you know, you think you're doing well, and then you hit the next level. But aside from that, it's more of a I don't want to be. I guess I want to feel strong. I guess I'm trying to push the strength out
Yeah.
because I'm like, I want to be ready for anyone who attacks me. I want to be anyone for anyone who hurts me. I want to be.
Right.
And why am I in that head? Okay, well, we'll go into past life shit another time because there's a lot
Okay.
of that.
Yeah.
And this life and past life. So,
Sorry.
that'll be in the book.
Yeah. And there's going to be books.
Oh, we're doing a writing retreat. Jane and
Yes.
I are determined by the end of 2026 to have, if not finished, a 3/4 finished manuscript for each of us.
Oh, no, finished.
Okay,
Bitch.
let's do-
finish, bitch. Come on.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, finished. We said it out
Finish.
loud.
It's a year. We can do it.
Yes.
We can do it. And we're not talking like 500-page tomes here. We're just talking finished books.
Yeah, finished books.
And we're each writing different things, which will be very cool.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah,
kinds of
totally
things.
different
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
But
So
it needs to be written. And you know what? You've known that it's need to be written for a long
I've been told
time.
since I was 12 years old I should be an author.
Right. And you've
And I
known
still
what you wanted
self-doubt
to
myself.
write about for
Many years. I have so many.
exactly. We just have to commit. And the reason we don't commit is the same upper limiting bullshit
Exactly.
thing. It's like, if I commit to it, then I might actually do it. That might be really uncomfortable and scary. And there's also, you have to embrace the fact that it might fucking fail. And it might be a total
And that's
disaster.
okay too.
Totally. I'm actually more
that's
comfortable with that.
Right? Well, I think I never
How
have
cool
been
is that?
because I have this need, and I hate saying need, but I have this weird thing about saying I need not to be perfect, but I need to show people I'm not a failure because I think so many people have assumed I would be a failure. And because I'm feeling very emotional inside, I think I've hit on something. I've had so many people go, "Oh, Chandra, you're just la la la. Oh, Chandra, you're so ha ha ha. Oh, Chandra." So I've always had to prove I am smart, I am capable, I am. So, but if I try these big things and they fail, someone will be able to say, "See, I told you you couldn't do this, 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 this."
Ah,
I can see the faces of those people in my head,
right.
but I
And they're
have
the
to make
ones-
them go
They're
bye-bye
the
now
ones that you're still trying to.
in some way. And they're not even in my life.
I know, but
anymore.
they're the ones you're still trying to prove something to,
Yeah.
and that's what you have to. let go. It's
That's
like,
a big, that's kind of a,
move along, move along,
you know,
move along.
yeah,
right?
you know,
Because-
clear the way, people.
Yeah, exactly.
Clear the way because I'm coming through.
Exactly, and
I'm
yes,
through.
exactly, and I'm.
Bosoms first
I like my bra.
because you have a nice bra on and you
I
have
actually look
bosoms
like I have
today.
boobs today because I have a bra.
And I'm wearing something that doesn't show.
I
my
know
boobs.
this is like unusual that I look more like I have boobs.
She's
than you
like
do.
more voluptuous in it. I think
Yeah,
it's sexy. I
It's,
like
well,
it.
it's like I said, it's all padding.
Fuck, who cares?
Okay.
It looks great.
Thanks. Wow, you really
Okay, so-
pivoted from like deep to boobs within 20 seconds.
I don't even think it was 20.
Well,
Okay, so
that's like
back
on,
to
on target for us.
yeah, I think it's great. But I think that what were we talking about before boobs?
Oh,
but
letting
moving away,
go all
letting-
those
and
people that
moving
you're
away,
still
yeah.
trying to get to. See, for me, okay, I love my dad.
Yeah.
I love my dad,
Mm-hmm.
but I recognized right up until last year, I was still, and if my dad ever listens to this, Dad, I love you. He's really uncomfortable when I say that to him. He really, that's his upper limit. I'm telling you, Dad, that's your upper limit. When I say I love you,
You would say it to his
uncomfortable.
face, yeah.
Well, I say it to him
Yeah.
all the time. I just know it makes him uncomfortable because his response is, "Mhm."
Aw.
Yeah. Or,
I just want to give that man a big hug. I've never
Oh, I
met
know.
him, but I'm like, I'll hug him.
oh yeah, no, he's lovely. And, but I spent right up until very recently wanting to hear him say, "I'm proud of you." And I could tell that's making me right. I wanted him to say the words. I'm
Use that
sure he
music.
is, like, in his own way, but he will never say the words in a way that, like,
He can't.
well, no, it's just he never got it. He
That's what
never
I
got
mean.
it.
He
My
never
dad's
got
a
it.
wildly successful guy, and he never got it. And I could say just flat out, I really wish you'd say that to me, but it wouldn't be the same because
He
that's
would
me
hear it.
demanding it,
Yeah,
right? I can't
exactly.
demand someone, and I don't want that.
No,
I
exactly.
don't want that.
Exactly.
And I don't need it. That's
Yeah.
the main thing now is that I kind of finally went, oh,
You know he
that's
loves you. You know
I know.
he's probably very proud of you, but
and even
you
if
don't need
he's
to. And even if he's not, oh
and
well.
even if he's not, which he probably is, he
But
definitely
you're
is.
living.
It doesn't matter.
You're living the life that makes you happy, and that's what I think.
If I'm happy, and that doesn't make him happy, I can't do anything about that. I can only manage my own happiness. That's what this was about too. He's like,
Yes,
I can't
managing your own
I can't
happiness.
manage how you feel about me. I can't be over in your head
Yeah,
worrying and wondering what you think about me. I have zero control over that. And that has to do with you.
yeah,
I
and
have
that's what we always, even though we know it, I know it in any kind of relationship, parental, work, romantic, children, friends.
Yeah.
You have no control over how something lands with someone else. You have no control of how they're going to react. You have no
Perceive you.
control how they're going to perceive you. No control over how who they are.
Yeah. Or what their
So,
demons are.
Yeah, you just have to
Be yourself.
be yourself and love yourself and know who you are. I mean, with the
Assuming you're not a pure
I was
total
gonna say,
fucking asshole,
yeah,
narcissist,
yeah.
crazy fucking psychopath. Yeah. Which
And
most
why
people
do
are.
I have like a orange Cheeto in my head? But when you say that, but do you understand what I mean? Like
when
like
you
it's
run a
not-
whole country, that can do some damage.
that could do some damage. But if you're a basically decent human being who you're doing your best not to hurt people, which I know I am,
Which is
I'm not
99%
perfect.
of the
I can be a little controlling. I
Sure,
can
we all
be a
have
little
we're not perfect.
yeah, and nor should we be.
We're learning.
But we have to just love ourselves enough to
Be yourself.
be ourselves. And when those not so great tendencies come out, don't beat yourself up. Just say, okay, you know what? I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so not great.
And own it. If you own it and go, you
own
know
it,
what?
Instead of saying, no, I didn't do that.
Yeah, and just go, you know what? I'm genuinely sorry. I'm going to try not to do that again.
And that's the hardest thing I think for people to do sometimes is to say, yeah, I made a mistake. I try very hard. I know when I lose my
Yeah.
shit and I go nuts, I always apologize because I'm like, God damn, that was an overreaction.
Right.
But I don't. But when someone hits me in my Achilles tendon, like, oh, you did this and that, hits my trigger,
Yeah.
I have a hard time. But no, I didn't. No. Like I have to be strong, or you know how we talk about you hate being lost. If someone's like, "Are you lost?" No, I'm not. I'm not lost.
Yeah.
Or someone's like, you might have. You got to let go of some control here. I don't have any control. I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. But that's. Isn't it weird that no matter how much work we've done, and I've done so much work on myself, therapy, energy work, shamanic soul retrieval, like meditation, like I've done so much work on myself, and I don't think we're ever perfect. But I think we do just keep climbing up
keep leveling up.
that
That's
hill,
the goal,
right? Yeah.
It's just to keep. That's the whole point of being here is to level up.
Yeah.
And to learn from past mistakes and to keep going past lives, past mistakes,
Yes.
in this life, and
Yeah.
just to keep going. Okay, how do I not fall into that trap again?
Right.
How do I live a life with more love and joy? Because here's the thing I'm learning this lifetime is that if I can live with love and joy first, here,
Yeah.
I have way more to give. I convinced myself for years as a woman and as a mother that I was most happy when I was in serving other people. It makes me happy to make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me happy to make you happy. It makes me happy to do all these things. And it does. But it had
Do you resent it a little bit sometimes?
Yeah, I would. And it was because I wasn't feeding myself first.
And I still get like that, but I do have those moments where I know I'm like doing something to make, and mostly my kids or my partner, and those were my.
Yeah, of course.
I'll
'cause
do
we
that
love them.
first,
Yeah.
and then think, but I'm not helping them because I'm getting frustrated.
Mhm.
I'm not communicating my needs properly. That's another
Mhm.
thing I have trouble with. We were talking about that, communicating your needs,
Yeah.
because you're trying to push yourself out so much. It's very uncomfortable that things blurt out.
Yeah, because you keep them
Because I keep them
under
wraps.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then when they finally come out and I'm
They come
trying to
out,
be
"Blah."
bleh, instead of, hey, I
rationally, can we talk about this thing?
Yeah. And
Because
I'd love to be able to say, hey, can I rationally talk about, I have a problem. Can I talk to you about it? But I get so worried about what's going to come at me
Mhm.
and then how to deal with that I just get myself wound up in
Yeah, but
a ball.
and it's funny, we can intellectually know that, like, what then ends up happening is the explosion happens anyway in a far less controlled environment and a far less,
And do I learn from it? I try.
you're talking about it now,
yeah,
right?
and
And
then-
the more you can name it, the more the next time it happens, you can
It's
go,
less and less
okay,
and less.
as uncomfortable as I am right now, I know I'm triggered and I know I need to say something.
Yeah.
And it's better even if it's this stupid small thing.
Right.
And that's the thing I had to get around. It's like, this is such a stupid small thing that shouldn't bother me. It shouldn't be worthy of having me having to say, hey, can we talk about this thing? Because, because I'm like, am I that fucking weak and pathetic that I'm triggered by that stupid fucking
And then
thing?
that's the other thing. Then you're like, I don't want to admit that I'm, I don't want to be,
I don't want to admit that I'm upset by that stupid
or
fucking
sometimes
thing.
I'll do that. You know what? That's that person. And I know they're dealing with
Right.
something. And then I swallow it and
Exactly.
and then if they come to me, anybody, I'm not anything.
Yeah.
And I just go,
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I need to know the 12 things I didn't tell you already.
and then it looks for a tit for tat, but it's not. It's just you finally were given that permission to just.
Oh no, it's
terrible.
It's the we called it keeping a list, John and I. It's like
Yeah.
if you feel something and you're frustrated and you don't say it, it goes on the list.
Yeah.
And if you don't clear the list, it fucking explodes.
Yeah.
And eventually the list just goes, and you end up taking the last thing on the list and making that thing huge when in fact the other 11 things before it were all
bigger.
reasonable
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah,
things.
yeah.
But you're only mentioning the last one because that's when you explode on.
Right.
And then you look like you're an irrational, crazy person because you're fucking freaking out about the socks and underwear on the floor. When it's really not the sock and underwear on the floor. It's the 10 other things that happened before that.
It's the
routinely that you didn't
something
mention.
that's
So the kindness you do to your partners and your friends is by being honest about the fact that, hey, this stupid little thing bothers me. I don't know why. I'm going to try and figure it out. But in the meantime, I figured I should let you know. And I don't want to like break up a relationship or have a big fight, but I just want to let you know this is a thing for me.
Mhm.
And
I know some people in my life who are so good at that.
yeah, I think it's harder. I mean, I can't speak for you, but I know for me, because I'm a very emotional person.
Oh yeah, I'm not emotional at all.
But it's harder, I think, when you go to emotions fast. I think if you're more rational by nature, you can kind of go, huh.
Yeah.
And then you can go, hey, just don't do that. And it's done, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, okay.
That's so
fine.
good. I know.
But I end up in a big emotional, like, about it, right?
I know.
And then I'm like, oh, I can't say that because it's all got this emotion behind it.
Yeah, it sounds like a fight or it's a
I know. It sounds like I'm
confrontation.
trying to accuse them of that.
That's one of the things Richard is like, we're not fighting. I'm like, we're so fighting. We're fighting right now. I'm so upset. And he's like, babe, I thought we were just discussing something. Because his level of comfort with confrontation or communication is he's like, let's clear the air. And I'm like, no, this is such a fight and you hate me. And I mean, I'm over exaggerating, but that's my life of not, I came out of the womb going, don't yell at me.
Right.
I came out going, I don't want anyone to be mad at me.
Right.
I don't want anyone to not like me. I mean, I don't want
See,
anyone to hurt me.
We're the opposite. I'll be like having a conversation and he's like, take it down a notch. And I'm like, what do you mean take it down a notch? I'm not even yelling. I'm not yelling.
I'm
not
Rich
yelling.
and I'm John.
Totally.
Like,
Totally. Because I'm like, you want to see me upset. Like, this is not upset. I will show you upset if you want me to be upset. But I am not upset right now. This is not me raising my voice.
So there's always
but it's
one
the tone,
person in
right?
that
And I'm
one-
just like, wait, am I not allowed to have a tone ever? Like, do I have to be Spock? Is that
No,
what
and
you're
I'm
saying?
starting to
And then-
really sympathize with John.
Yeah.
You can sympathize with Rich.
And we've chosen these people
I know.
subconsciously because they're there to help us work through something.
And
right?
that's- and
so
I
you
agree
chose
with
Rich
that,
and
yeah.
I've chosen John. And I'm like,
If a relationship is easy,
firing it alive because
Yeah.
I'm working on shit and he's
Yeah.
working on shit.
yeah,
I
I
think
think
we're talking about partners.
I think so. No, I think this is fine because we're not talking specifics. We're not, and we love our partners.
Yeah. I think
We're
that's
just
fair.
talking about fighting techniques.
Yeah.
Not fighting techniques. Yeah. No.
Strategies for relationships.
Strategies for relationships.
That sounds so much
Yeah.
better.
No, we're not like sure. Do you want to talk about boobs again?
Oh, yeah, sure.
But you can have some of my boobs.
I would take
Take
some of
some
your
of your
boobs
boobs.
gladly. Trust me.
But yeah, I admire the people who can handle confrontation. Yeah, we're not talking about our partners.
No.
We're just talking about
Actually, I think
confrontation styles.
Yeah.
Like,
And
how
it's
some
funny.
people,
You're right, because John and Rich, because the same thing with the you do the thing where you're like, hey, that's factually incorrect.
yeah,
And I do the thing.
I
I'm like,
overcorrect, and that's
and-
not a
and-
that's not a sign of
it's not-
I don't think that partner is wrong.
No.
I have this
But anyways,
weird
my
thing.
point is we have this we're similar, and
So-
yet in
but
our
I bet if you
relationships
go-
there's like
Yeah.
we're definitely the opposite sometimes.
If we like took a poll on our listeners, couples, like, who's the person that can handle confrontation? Who's the one who stays calm versus the one who automatically goes, you're yelling at me, I can't handle this, you're being mean, and
Yeah.
I know who I am.
And it might
You know
I
who
know
you
who
are.
I am. But I think it's good to know that,
It's okay.
well, actually, like I said, that you've chosen if you're in a relationship and you're challenged, it's like you're working through stuff together and you're both trying to level up and don't give up, right? Like,
And that
stay the course. 'Cause
yeah.
you know what? If you give up, it's just going to come back again.
Yeah, if you give up because it's too hard or I don't like it.
Wait, let me caveat that. Sometimes you should give up.
Oh, 100, I did.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you should bat your head against a wall for years.
No.
you know, like-
You do what you can, but when
and
you
you love
realize,
yourself first. And
there
if
maybe
loving
you're
yourself
not, yeah.
means ending it and leaving it, then you do that.
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But I think the difference, like, I look at my relationships, the difference is maybe I'm more mature, but I just know that no matter what,
I think you love yourself more now.
I love myself more now, and being this age, my partner, and it's Rich, he loves himself, and we're willing to grow together.
Yes.
And we chose each other intentionally, not just like when you're 20, there's so many
don't even
different
know what you
reasons.
don't know.
You don't know because you're young.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you're immature or anything, but you're young and there's so much growing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Now, to me, I walked into this relationship knowing that I'm not perfect, he's not perfect, but our imperfections are something we can grow from, and they match. And when and if we have these moments of confrontation, we're going to get through them.
Well, yeah, I think
Because we also both talk. Now, that's the other thing, communication.
Yeah, exactly. I worry about the relationships where there's no
communication when we just go,
or
there's a
or
problem.
what you're talking about is completely surface, right?
Yeah.
I'm, and I'm on my wedding vows. One of the things we said was that we were going to help each other be the best person we could be, right?
I love that.
Yeah, and that meant constant growth, right?
Yeah, and
So-
that's and
But that's the growth lesson that I've gotten this year, finally, after 30 years of marriage, is that loving my kids and my husband and my family and stuff can't come first. It can't be the thing that defines my happiness. Like, my happiness can't come as a result of loving you and loving you, loving you.
and that comes with age, because when we're in our 20s and our babies are just born, we do
Oh my
put
God.
our everyone else
Programmed
before us, because
biologically.
you just want to be the best mom, partner, wife,
Of course,
anything
and it's like,
you can
I
be.
need to keep this completely vulnerable ball of jelly alive.
Yeah.
So everything in me is going,
Yeah. They were cute, both.
yeah. Oh, but here's the thing. The last thing that I want to say about self-love, which is the really important thing that I also got this year, is that your capacity to love other people is only limited by your capacity to love yourself.
Yeah.
And I think I probably said that one or another one, but I will be repeating that.
Oh, I think it's
multiple
something that
times.
needs to be repeated for ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, just to say it
Yeah.
out loud. Like, there's so much that whenever I get to a point of, oh, I got to look at myself again, or, oh, there's something's coming up. It's not something necessarily brand new. It's based on my original shit, but it's the next level of, I'm digging deeper into why I have this or why I have this. It's not like it's a new, say you have all these insecurities, for me in romantic relationships or being hurt or whatever. It's not like I clear that. Then the next I'm like, oh, and now I'm suddenly afraid of working in an office. Like, it's all going to be around the same stuff, but a different level. And you have to clear, like Shrek says, onions have layers. They have to peel back the layers.
Oh my God.
So let's peel back the layers
Let's continue
together
to peel the layers together.
on the next episode of The Sage Stage. Cheers.